Hello, everyone, and good afternoon to you. I welcome you to yet another promising session on the USDJPY. And in this video, I will be taking you through my thought process on what my expectation is going to be like for the new week. Well, this is going to be a follow up video to my previous analysis, and we were able to take some bullish momentum last week before this bearish momentum started, which took us out of this position. And currently, the US dollar continued to slide to the downside, hereby hitting the key level at the 135 Japanese yen area. Now, looking at what we have here on the daily time frame, first of all, it's obvious that we have been on a long-term bullish momentum. And as a result of this, we had this bullish trend line figured out at this point. However, if we look at what happened here in the month of August, we saw a final breakout of the 135 Japanese yen level, and it took over 2 to 3 months before price action came back to do a retest of structure. And since the retest happened, we can see we had an engulfing candle right into that structure. And on Friday, we saw a situation where we had a doji candle after price broke down the 135 Japanese yen level to emphasize an indecision in the market around that level. So, going into the new week, what is the situation we are going to be looking forward to? Well, looking at the current situation we have here, it's obvious that price action has been within a critical level at this point, as price action is back within the 135 Japanese yen level, which price broke out of during the month of August. And because of price is back within the structure, we need to be very careful on what our expectation is going to be like and what we're going to be looking forward to around this area during the new week. Now, looking at the structure here and looking at how price broke down that bullish trend line that has been holding bullish pressure since the beginning of the year, and from a technical standpoint, whenever we have a breakdown of a structure, there is a tendency that like price might likely come back to do the retest of structure before another wave of bearish momentum will happen. That is one scenario we want to be looking forward to this week. So that means there's going to likely be a bullish momentum. If a bullish momentum happens where price breaks above the 135 level again, then this breakdown here might turn out to be a false one. So if a breakout price climbs back above the 135 Japanese yen, followed by buying pressure above that structure, we might want to be looking forward to a counter trend opportunity with a take profit target around that bullish trend line that might incite another wave of bearish momentum. And the second scenario I will be looking forward to is a situation where a trend continuation pattern could be identified around the 135 Japanese yen level, break down retest of structure to further send price crashing to the downside. So these are the scenarios I will be looking forward to this week, and it's important we understand how participants will be relating to the structure around the 135 Japanese yen level to further make a decision on the pair. Well, before I go into further details on what my expectations are on the lower time frame, let's quickly run through the economic calendar, as there are macroeconomic events coming up this week that is likely going to be affecting the USDJPY for this week. So, on the economic calendar, I was able to spool out some couple of events, and if you look at what we have here, so we have an event coming up on Monday, that is the ISM Services PMI. We have a publication coming up on Monday. Then we have the gross domestic product for quarter 3 for the Japanese yen coming up on Wednesday. Then on Friday, we have the publication from the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. So we have three major events coming up for this week. And definitely participants in this market will be anticipating this event, and the anticipation of this event will be reflected on the chart as price action. So in order to have a better perspective into what is going on here, so I would like to scale down to, let's say, the 4 hours time frame at this point, where I will be showing you what structures I was able to identify here and how we might be planning to trade the structures as we anticipate this macroeconomic event. Now, looking at what we have here on the 4 hours time frame, we saw that since the beginning of the month of November, price was caught within the channel, had a 142 0.500 level. That was a resistant level of the channel, and we had a support level of the channel at around the 138 Japanese yen level. And something interesting happened last week. We saw a final breakdown of that channel right around the 138 Japanese yen level with an engulfing candle, which took price right back into the 134 Japanese yen area. Now, with a breakout of the 138 Japanese yen level, a very critical structure at this point, my expectation might likely be price coming back to do a retest of structure before another wave of bearish momentum happen. So what this simply means is that if price climbs above the 135 Japanese yen level, like I shared with you on the daily time frame, followed by buying pressure right around that area, we might be looking forward to a situation where price might climb up to do a retest of that structure. And if we look closely into what I was able to identify here on the 4 hours time frame, looking at how price action has evolved since the later part of last month, we can see that we have been witnessing a bearish momentum here. And as a result of this, I was able to connect the series of lower highs here to give us that resultant bearish trend line. Now, if a bullish momentum happens here, that is a counter trend opportunity during the week, right above the 135 Japanese yen level, then we might be looking forward to see price come back into the structure, which may share a confluence with the bearish trend line, after which we want to be seeing how price will relate to that structure. If price might respect it one more time to send price crashing to the downside, or a breakout of that structure retest could incite another wave of bullish momentum. So that is one scenario I will be looking forward to this week. Then the other scenario that I will be looking forward to at this point is to remain patient here and around this level here, and look out for how price participants in this market will be relating to this current structure. So we might be seeing a situation where the consolidation phase we witnessed here during the later part of last week, might evolve into a trend continuation pattern, probably a bearish rectangular pattern, breakdown retest to structure to send price crashing further to the downside. So these are the scenarios I will be looking forward to on the USDJPY for this week. But be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video right on my TradingView platform to give you an update after monitoring how participants in this market will be relating to the current structure just around the 135 Japanese yen level to further make a decision for the week. If this video has been of immense help in making your own personal decision on the USDJPY for this week, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. Don't forget to follow me on my TradingView platform at Darksherry, DARCSHERRY, so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section of every video. Thank you for watching this video, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Bye bye.